So I think
Yes, this
that
is indeed the
whoever
losers
loses this
bracket.
will
So
be out of
whoever
the
goes,
tournament.
yeah, lose this, get it out of the tournament. Unfortunately for both these players, they have lost in the upper bracket. I'm not sure who knocked these guys out, but it is going to be on Shakura's Plateau. This is definitely gonna. I'm gonna have to say this is a weird choice by Filthy, unless he's got some specific strategy in mind. Because usually a lot more Zergs like this one versus Terrans.
Yeah, if you get into the late game on this map as a Zerg player, it's very difficult for the Terran player to keep up with you. There's so many
Mm.
bases to take, and it's just really hard for the Terran player to keep his economy up with yours when he has mutas running around, things of that nature. But you know, we
Yeah,
are at the positions where the mutas could, or rather the Marines, can break through the rocks and be really aggressive early on. So that's going to be one thing that Filthy is going to, one advantage rather, that Filthy is going to enjoy.
yeah, definitely. It comes down to that, but I don't know. Filthy's definitely a creative player. So, like a more creative than like he's solid, but he tends to play so many different strategies. He doesn't really have the ability to hone one or two. And unfortunately, in the first game, Looky was well prepared for that Banshee harass, really, but was able to handle it pretty effectively. So we're probably going to be seeing the same kind of playstyle coming in from Looky.
Yeah, that makes sense. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. You know what's actually a really strong strategy at these positions also is two-port Banshees. Can be so good. So we'll see if he decides to maybe do that. But based on the fact that his gas timing is ordinary here, normal gas timing, it doesn't look like that's likely. Usually when you see that build, you do see gas before barracks. But we don't see that. Looks like Lukey is going to hatchery first here. There it goes. So,
So we've got two racks coming out from Filthy.
yeah, this is looking like something that's a little bit more normal on this map than trying to go for those strategies I was describing. In that very fast second barracks, referred to as the Macarax often.
Yeah, definitely. Like
And
he's already got
cut
Marines
an
pumping
SCV to
out.
get that
So
orbital. Yeah. This could be a Marine SCV all in actually. To wait and see.
yeah,
Because we just he does get that orbital up and I don't know. Gonna be hard to say. One Marine out does kill the drone. Drone sees both barracks, and
Filthy's
is he gonna
SCV is at the
bunker here?
front.
Yeah, I don't know.
We do have a drone
Does
coming down. There's the bunker.
Yeah, see, it's really important to check for that when you scout two barracks like that. And Lukey being very good, does go down and checks for the bunker, and we may see this bunker repelled, and it is repelled at least for now until these Marines start to arrive. And Lukey might want to pull some more drones off here. Now there's two SCVs here.
We
Might
do
want
have
to start a
16
second.
Ings on the way, but I don't know if they're going to be out in time. Here we go. The Marine is going to be able to drive off these drones, but I don't think they're going to be able to get there in time. This is going to be very close. 10 Lings on the way. I don't think this bunker's going to be up.
Needs to pull his drones off, and this is going to be really bad. He's not going to stop this bunker from getting up. And once that bunker is up, there's 3 Marines here going to be able to get in that bunker. Looks like he did pick one of those Marines off, so just 2. But he's going to be able to hit the hatchery, and that is huge. Huge blunder by Lukey, not pulling those drones down, and now more and more Marines are going to come in. And had he brought all of his SCVs, this game would be over. But luckily for Lukey, he did not. But this bunker is going to stay alive for quite some time with 2 SCVs repairing it. And it looked like Lukey might try to run by and pick off some reinforcing Marines, but this is not a good position for Lukey. Second bunker not going to be able to complete because that spine crawler's positioning is so good, but it doesn't matter because he is going to lose this hatchery. There's almost no way for him to keep this hatchery alive. And he's going to reposition the spine crawler. Will Filthy take advantage of that? He has 6 Marines here. He could actually easily take that spine crawler, but he doesn't. He's going to keep them in the bunker. Now he's doing it a little too late. Huge blunder there by Filthy. And there's a lot of Lings out now, but the SCV is still repairing. He's not targeting the SCV. And that bunker is just racking up the kills left and right. But the spine crawler is here. SCV does get picked off. And he might not get the hatchery. Looks like he's not going to get the hatchery. So a bit of a blunder on Lukey's part and not pulling more drones off to deal with that. But at the same time, blunder not picking off that spine crawl, which really was the deciding factor in that little battle.
Hmm. But both players pretty surprisingly even. We're at 19 drones to 21 SCVs. We got those 3 racks at the front, very safe from a Baneling blast. The expansion's going up for Filthy now, and he's getting both the gas in his main. So definitely did its job of keeping Looky on the back foot.
Yeah, you know, that was a very even situation for both players. Both players making a few blunders here and there. The thing to note is that Filthy has a lot of unspent resources, and we may see him just throw down 2 more barracks. He is throwing down 1 more barracks, could throw down 2 more and go for a bigger attack with a lot of barracks and Marines, but he isn't getting any tech labs yet either, so unusual just to get a lot of Marines like this and not tech up at all, even though he did put the Zerg behind a little bit in drone count. Or rather, not put him behind, but yeah, so there's the factory, so he's going to be teching in that regard. But he really did force a lot of Zerglings that are now useless, and he could very easily tech from this position rather than going for Marines. And we are going to see Lukey attack his own destructible rocks.
Yeah, but we do see more Marines being pushed out now. Maybe he wants to try and get in the face of Looky again, as he doesn't have anywhere near as many Lings as he did before. Ling speed is on the way though. Baneling Nest is about halfway completed. If you can get in there with these Marines, he might be able to force a lot more Lings and be completely safe, because his barracks will form a nice wall off here. We do have a second factory, a third factory going down for Filthy as well.
That's quite interesting. You know, he could go for a Hellion follow-up to this, which is actually pretty effective. Baneling Nest is done, and he could have made some Banelings there to defend, but it looks like, you know, the problem was that Lukey saw the Marines, and Filthy realized it was not a good time to attack, so he turned around. And the Zerglings are continuing to go back to these rocks, so we could see a Baneling attack from the back, which is kind of like a role reversal thing, given how we normally see Terran players try to be aggressive through those rocks. And this time we might very well see a Zerglings and Banelings sneak through the back to be aggressive. So really interesting situation here. Lukey having good creep spread out the front of his base. Yeah, Blue Flame Hellions is actually a fairly good follow-up to the Marine pressure. But the problem becomes when they have enough Banelings to shut that down a lot, because once Banelings get speed especially, Hellions of course are not very good against Banelings. Banelings do bonus damage even to Hellions because they're still considered light units. The rocks are down, the first set of rocks, and he's going to go to the second one. There is a depot to spot for this though, and I think Filthy will be well prepared for this.
Yeah, he will see.
I like how he has the creep tumors. He has the creep tumors at the front so that you can see if any sort of attack comes while he has his Zerglings over there. So that is going to be helpful for him. And there's a lot of Marines here, almost like he's waiting to attack to catch the Zerglings, which is actually pretty cool. Because if he just attacked with his Marines now, he'd kill, you know, maybe 3 or 4 of them and they'd run away. But if he waits until all of the Zerglings come into his base, he could do a lot of damage. But there's a lot of Banelings being making. That is so many Banelings. 16 Banelings being morphed in now. And that is not something he is going to want to welcome into his base.
No, most definitely not. I think Lookie's going to wait until that Baneling speed is finished. Oh, maybe not. He'll go straight in right now. All these weak played Hellions are done.
Oh, the Hellions badly positioned there. Not a lot of Banelings left, but there's enough to clean up the Marines. No micro from Filthy, and the Banelings going right into the mineral line. Huge losses there for Filthy, and his depot about to go down. Needs to be careful with these Zerglings, though. He do not want to run Speedlings into 6 Blue Flame Hellions. Something you definitely not want to do. And the Hellions are going to counterattack.
This could do a lot more damage than he thinks. They are got the Blue Flame upgrade, so they are going to be roasting these Lings. All these rings go down very, very quickly. Now, look, he needs to be careful not to let his drones get roasted here, but doing a nice job of forcing the Hellions back with those Lings. The Queen is at the front. And here we go. We might be seeing them go for the drones now. Looky pulling his drones in 2 different positions. Like that. Nice spread out fly, Looky.
Yeah, it does split those drones pretty well. Probably use that technique that's become more popular now to select the idle worker, but still losing a lot of drones here. And this is not looking good for Lukey at all. And he's actually even going to sneak these Hellions down the ramp. Nope, decides to come back in. The Clean was blocking. Sees the Spire here, which is now finished, which is going to help repel these Hellions as well. But Lukey is in a lot of trouble, losing a lot of Harvesters here. It's now 26 drones, 25 after those 2 at the Extractor, to 49. And that is not something that's going to make Lukey very happy. Thors out
do
here
have
as
two
well, already
Thors.
prepared for the mutas.
Yeah, definitely. I think the one thing that Filthy's going to have to watch out for is this run by at the back here now, as these speedlings will get over there very, very quickly. He's getting +2 weapon upgrades, 2 more Thors on the way as well. But Lukey has taken his third base, but like you were saying, he is down to 35 drones. He's been powering as much as he can, but there's no turrets. I can't see turrets.
No turrets at all. There's a bunker back there, which almost serves the same purpose, but there are no Marines nearby to put inside of it. And we're going to see a lot, look at this, a lot of SCVs pulled off here at the top, going to attack here. Don't lose those Hellions to the Banelings, got to be very careful. And the Banelings running around, doing very minimal damage to those Thors. In fact, actually not hitting any of those Thors with the splash. And
there's a Queen out of position.
Very difficult stuff. Yeah, Queen over there, maybe a bad rally point. And Lukey looking like he might be in a little bit of trouble. He's got a few mutas on the way and a few out. Or actually 34 Zerglings on the way. That's going to help him, but against the Pre-Igniter Hellions that are being repaired, it's going to be very difficult to deal with. There's a few mutas cleaning up the natural expansion SCVs. At the same time, though, so we are seeing Filthy lose a lot of workers.
Here we go. The Lings are going to work on these Thors now. Blue Flame Hellions at the back are cleaning them up fairly efficiently. Banelings coming in to help deal with those SCVs. I think all the SCVs are gone. There we go. So it's just these Thors in the main base. But like we were saying, like, Wookie did decide to leave his Mutalisks over there in the natural of Filthy. So now we're back down to almost an even drone count. But not if Wookie gets those up there and he calls GG.
Yeah, you know, there was just no way for him to stop that army. The Thors are just so strong that if you don't have an army larger than the Thor army, once a Thor has the